What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Chloe, and in this video me and my partner Ahmed are going to answer a very delicate, touchy question. What to do when your parents don't approve of your interracial or even interfaith relationship. Should you continue being in that relationship? And even, should you even get married to that person without approval from your parents? This is obviously assuming that you are an adult, that you're over 18 years old of age, okay? And it is a tricky question. And so me and Ahmed are going to do our best in answering that question. Of course, you know, this is from our point of view. We can only share with you what our own experience has been and also our knowledge as coaches. After doing a series of videos on me and Ahmed's relationship, I actually got quite a few questions about our relationship, and so I'm going to be in the next few weeks doing a couple of videos answering your questions. Please subscribe to my channel. I work really hard to try and bring you topics that you're really interested in, and also if you have a topic that you would like me to cover, me personally or as a life coach, then please do not hesitate in commenting on the video and letting me know what is it that you want me to address, what is it that you need help with. If you need some background on me and Ahmed's relationship, you can watch our series of video on how we met. I'm gonna put a link below. Without further ado,
I can't read your handwriting. So one,
yeah,
it looks like an I. Alright, so parents disapprove of. Oh, you should read this.
Okay, I don't. If parents disapprove the relationship, do you think the couple should continue anyways dating and even get married without their parents' consent?
So I think this is an interesting question given our situation, being in an interracial relationship and having gone through these sort of challenges ourselves. And a bit of history about me is this isn't the first interracial relationship I've had. And so I have the experience of introducing different cultures and religions and backgrounds into my family. And so from that experience, like, what I want to say is that the key thing that comes up for me is two things. One is impact. One is impact. Something just came into my throat. One is impact and the other one is choice. And so impact is like acknowledging that when you decide to go outside of the cultural norm of your family, then there's a good chance that there's going to be an impact. There's going to be some upset. There's going to be people who are going to say, I'm not happy about that, I don't like that, I don't want that for you. Or, you know, I think the worst and the most cutting one is you're making a mistake. You know, that, and it's like you're making a mistake is, especially from someone that you love and who's been a leader in your life and someone you've cherished, is like, fuck, like, what if I make it, like, what if I am, like, because what do I know about life? They're older than me, and if I make this choice and it's a mistake, then so that's it. Like with impact, that's the thing, is there is going to be an impact, right? For me, in my experience, I actually had a pretty bad one initially, where my dad wouldn't speak to me, and this was in a previous relationship. Like, my dad wouldn't speak to me for a while. My mum was really upset, and you know, really got into some heated arguments at home, and I really had to stand my ground, right? And so, you know, so I know that this is what can happen. The second thing is choice, and this is really important, is you have to be able to, in your life, make the choice yourself. It's so important that you choose for yourself what it is that you want. And the reason why that is because, like, let's say, you know, my parents are really upset and then I then go, fine, you know what, I'm not gonna pursue this relationship. I'm gonna do what my parents want, right? That's actually another choice, right? But what happens then is that that's a choice made off the back of not wanting to upset someone else.
Yeah.
So in favor of not wanting to upset them, I'm choosing to upset myself.
Yeah.
And then what does that mean? Like, where does that leave me in my life?
Resentment.
Exactly, right? Like, so easily that can lead to resentment. And then if something goes bad or whatever because of that, now who are you going to put the blame on? You're going to blame them, you know? And that's why choice is so important, because you have to be able to say, I choose this and this is what I want. And then if it goes wrong, I made the choice and I take full responsibility. So impact and choice, and you have to really consider, are you willing to deal with the impact, and are you willing to take responsibility for the choices that you're making? Because I was able to do it because I was willing to withstand the impact and go through it, and I was willing to say, okay, if this goes bad, I'm the one that chose that, and so I'm the one that has to deal with the consequences.
Yeah, I think for me, I agree with everything you say, and for me, I think without going into much detail and much explanation, my first reaction to this question is, the person that I choose to be with is none of my parents' business, and maybe this is the way that I was brought up, and maybe this is a white people thing. I don't know. But the way that I was brought up was, you make your own choices, you make your own decisions, and if you fuck up, and you pick up the pieces and you fix it. And so, having somebody determine what I can or cannot do, like, that's just not gonna work for me. And especially, if you're an adult, if you're 16, and maybe that's a different story. But if you're an adult and you choose to be with someone outside of your religion or outside of your race, and your parents don't agree with that, then obviously I'm not saying tell them to fuck off, stop talking to them or whatever. There is a conversation to be had. There is trying to understand where they're coming from. What are their fears? Because there is a fear on the other side, and what is that? What does that mean for them that you date someone or that you marry someone from outside of your religion or outside of your race? What are they scared of? Are they scared that you're gonna change and become someone different and lose your values or whatever? Like, have a conversation about why does this upset you? Like, what is it about it that upsets you? So I think that's an important conversation to have, without being like, fuck off, I'm not listening. That would be what I would tend to do, like, fuck off, I make my own decisions. You don't tell me what to do, don't tell me who I should be dating or marrying and whatever. And as Ahmad said, if I make a mistake, I'm happy to have made that mistake out of my 100% my own choice, rather than having been influenced by somebody else, and then that thing doesn't go well and then I get to blame them. So I think 100% responsibility is something that you have to take into consideration. And maybe you have to understand that maybe at the beginning your parents are not going to be happy, but then eventually they'll grow into your partner, and that they'll learn to appreciate them. Or it could go very wrong. It could go the opposite way. It could go where, they're not happy and they're never going to be happy. Like, I've met couples where, one girl married outside of, in India, she just married outside of her caste, and her parents refused to ever see her again. And they literally lived like 5 blocks away from her, and she had a kid and everything, and she was secretly meeting with her mom in the park. Like that, it can go to ridiculous extent, but you know what? It can go up to where you let it go. And I think that for me, if my family decides not to talk to me anymore just because I bring Ahmad home, that would seriously make me reconsider their values and their love for me. So You know, maybe my mom doesn't approve, but she loves me enough that, you know, to let me be free and to let me make my own decisions and let me live my life, you know, and be happy for me. If that's what makes me happy, then she'll be happy. So yeah,
cool.
That'd be my answer. It's not a black and white answer, unfortunately. It's more in the gray zone, but
I thought it was pretty black and white.
Yeah,
make a choice.
Yeah, I think you have to make a choice and you have to stand by it and understand that it will have consequences and it may not be an easy ride.
Well, yeah, and I'll add one more thing, and it's just a quick one, and is that if you choose to decide like, okay, I'm going to go for their decision, their choice, right? When they're no longer around, what are you going to do? Like, what's your, like, who's going to lead your life then? Like, what choices are you going to make when no one is going to be around to approve or disapprove of you? And you see, that's what you got to understand, is it's your life, and in the long run, it was always your life, and it was always the choices that you were making, whether you chose to do what you wanted to do, or that you choose to do what someone else is telling you to do. And then that's going to become your life, and that's going to be your story. And obviously, if you make those choices early on, the later you go on in life, then you're not going to have as much time, you know, to then live your life freely. And I think and I suppose that for me and Chloe, freedom is huge. Like, as a value, huge value, right? I want to be free, you know. So, you know, that's how
I'd say, don't wait until your parents die for you to start living your own life. You know, that was a huge one for me. I'm not gonna wait for them to disappear so that I can finally be free and live my own life. That would be stupid, right?
Yeah.
That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have found our insights and answers interesting, and that has given you some different perspective, and we actually helped you in getting answers for yourself. If you have more questions about this, please feel free to comment. If you liked it, then please feel free to comment as well. It's really, really nice to see when people engage and people let me know what their thoughts are about the video. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for?